Well, hello everybody. My name is Ray Perard, and today I want to talk to you about the psychological process of experiencing growth, dealing with what Bob Proctor refers to as the terror barrier. Now, there are four different steps that will take you from where you are to where you want to be by crossing over the terror barrier and land yourself into the freedom zone. The first one, in order to illustrate what we are talking about, we're going to use the stick person. The first step that we are talking about, it's called bondage. You have somebody, well, that is basically everybody. We start with an X step, X conditioning, X type of X type of results, by the way, that we do not want, but that we create because that's what we know. So we create the results that are unwanted, although we have the ability to take actions and think of something different. But we start with an X type of thought, and X thought create X type of results. Okay, so let's move to the next one. The next one is reason. At that level, we still have that X thought, and we're still getting X results, but we start thinking of something better. Maybe I want a better house. Maybe I want a better life. Maybe I want a better X, Y, or Z, whatever it is. But we not internalize that idea. We come up with our next type idea from somewhere else. But since it's not being internalized and since it's not getting to the subconscious mind, nothing happens. We're not taking actions about it. It's there. We can see it. We can play with it, but nothing happened. You're still getting X type of result because it's not being internalized and taking actions on it. Okay. So we have a Y type of ideas, X type of conditioning, and then we're still getting X type of results. Now, we decide, hey, we have what it's called different vibrations that put us, give us, start getting feelings to that why idea. And then we start playing a little more with it. We start feeling about that idea, and that idea is impressed into the subconscious mind. So here we have why idea, still those X type of thought that idea also. So drop into the subconscious mind. We have Y ideas and X type of ideas going into the body as Y and X type of thoughts. Now, that is something different and creates tremendous amount of confusion, tremendous amount of chaotic. It's hell all over the place, and the reaction is terrible because the body is not used to that much pressure. You have pressure from the conscious mind, and that start causing worries and doubts at the subconscious down at the subconscious level. That is tremendous fear, and at the physical level, anxiety takes place, and you are in hell in a sense. The body, it cannot take that much pressure. What do we do? Because you start getting a feeling that you have to cross the barrier, but you hit the barrier so hard that you don't want to move further. So, in order to feel better, you retreat to the bondage that you used to be. That is what we call the familiar. We cannot move forward. You have a why idea that wants you to move forward because that's where you should be. That's what would change your life. But because you don't know how to deal with what is going on, then you retreat yourself to safety and you go back to bondage. And that's the way it is for most of us. That is not necessarily the way things should be. How can we go from where we are to where we want to be without retreating to the familiar? Well, when you go to do something different, in order to have something different in your life, you have to do something different. If you want something that you never have before, you have to do something that you never did before. Okay? Henry David Thoreau said, if one advances confidently in the direction of their dream and endeavors to live a life which they have imagined, they will meet with success unexpected in coming hours. If you give it all that you have, if you say to yourself, well, am I able to do it? Yes, I'm able to do it. Am I willing to do it? Yes, I'm willing to do it. Then things start changing for you. And at that time, with the understanding of what is going on, you can hit a barrier and jump on the other side of it to freedom. Okay? Now, freedom is what you want. Now, understand that even though you went through the barrier and you move to the other side of the barrier, which is freedom, the fear doesn't stop. But with the ability to know what happened, you have a better situation now. Now, what does it take in order to go from bondage into freedom? If we go back and understand that in anything in life, there's two dimensions. There's the polarity of plus and minus. So on the minus side, you have ignorance. On the positive side, we have knowledge. How do we access the knowledge that it will take to get rid of the ignorance? To study. It is as simple as that. It's to study. When you start putting yourself in a situation where you know what will happen and you know what it takes in order to get there through study, you will understand what happened to you, and that understanding is what gives you the power to move from one side to the other. Because you're on the side of freedom doesn't stop the fear. The fear is still there. It's the repetition in dealing with your past experience all the time, consciously taking actions towards where you want to be, that will slowly but surely get rid of what you had before and put you in a better situation. Because you see, whatever you want, it's ever present, but it will only happen, it will show up exactly when you need it. And when you understand that, you have the capacity, the power, and the strength to go from where you were to where you want to be. And you start a life that you truly love. And at that time, you go back, that freedom turn into the next bondage. But at that time, you have the knowledge it takes to go from bondage to freedom without any fear. I hope that helps. Feel good and be happy. This is Rip. Bye bye now.